So I have video proof that what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas. So join me as we go into the NAB show in Las Vegas, Nevada, 2015. This show is sponsored by HamiltonDomains.com, where you can get your domain starting at just $10. Andy Broadway here from Tech Biz Geeks, and I'm standing with
Simon Westland from Blackmagic Design.
Well, I got to say, I'm really glad that we're in the back here. It's a little quieter. You got a lot of people out front looking at, I mean, just piles and piles of people looking at your products. I can see why, because you got some really cool, fun stuff, new. You said you've introduced 38 products. Is that what I heard you say on one of the interviews?
Yeah, that's right. 38 new lines here at NAB 2015, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's 30. I mean, normally it's like one or two for most people. You're using 38. So you've got your hands on one. Let's talk about that one. However you want to go, but we got two little cool things here. It's really cool.
For sure. I mean, these are our new micro cameras, and there are two models of these. So I'll tell you a little bit more about them. We've shrunk the camera down pretty much as small as we can make it. Yeah. The one that you see here, actually on the tripod head, is the micro studio camera. This is a 4K camera in a body that's this big. What's incredible about it is in addition to being a 4K camera, the camera features SDI connections on the side of it. We're able to control this camera using our A10 production switcher software. So if you had this camera buried somewhere on a set, or up high in the corner of a room, or even, let's say, on a drone or somewhere else, we're showing that here on the booth at the show, you could put this up on a drone, but we can still get control of the camera, and that's pretty crazy. It means that these are going to be really, really useful in anything from conferences, live TV, reality type television. The beauty of them is that because they're so small and so discreet, you could hide them behind a cereal box on a shelf, or anywhere where you wanted to put a camera. And the lightweight nature of them means they're great to use in things like drones or on vehicle mounts. Maybe you want it outside of a car or inside the car looking back at the driver, or whatever it was. So really what we were finding is that a lot of our customers were doing those things with a bigger camera. But that was crazy because of the extra weight, and they didn't need the screens and the other things. What they really just wanted was the same quality, but in a much smaller unit. And that's what we see with these. So the two models and the two variations are, this is the studio camera, which is 4K, and that is $1,295, so $1,295. And then we've also got the micro cinema camera version. The only difference with this one really is that, this is HD. So this is a super 16mm sensor within this camera, so this is HD, but this one includes a built-in card recorder. So this will record to SD card. So instead of controlling this in the way we would the studio camera, with this camera you could send it anywhere, bring it back and look at the recorded images. So this could go, up in a hot air balloon. It could go, you name it. You put it in a waterproof housing, send it out on a windsurf or a jet bike, or do whatever you want. But still get digital film quality images off a camera that's about the size of a tennis ball.
It's really light too.
It's about 300 grams without
Yeah.
pins on it. So.
Now I'm noticing some other connectors. We got some HDMI. Yep. And then what's the other connector here?
Well, that is interesting, that other connector. That's a 15-pin D connector. And the reason we have that on the connector is that because of the small nature of the design, we are limited as to how many connectors we can fit on to that camera body. So actually what we're going to do is the additional connectivity that you may require will be via that D connector. Now what I mean by that is, one of the things that we've done, which I think is incredibly clever, is that we're enabling the camera to be controlled using a standard remote control that you might use with, say, a model aircraft or a helicopter or whatever. That remote control, using PWM or SBuzz technology that's in the remote control, can start to control the camera. Now we're getting techie here, but
it's okay. You could talk geeky. A lot of people love geeky stuff.
You can map the channels of this remote into this camera so that you get the ability to turn it on or off, control the focus of the lens. If the lens has got a powered zoom, then you could zoom on here, control the iris, all using a standard, model aircraft type remote control. So there's loads of features that this connector will enable, and we'll give people the pin-outs for that so they can make custom cables. You can get, if you don't want to battery power it, you could put power through here. It's one of the things that we're doing on the connector in this camera. We've given it a power source. So that gives us expansion as to how we can control that camera. So you've got two models, a HD version and a 4K version. The HD is $995, and that's the micro cinema camera. And then the Micro Studio 4K camera is $1295.
Wow, like $300 more, you got 4K and full control with the SDI. Well, that is awesome, really awesome. Now, these two cameras I'm noticing, I think you've mentioned, but correct me if I'm wrong, you can use, it doesn't come with lens or glass, so you're putting whatever glass you got on it. So tell me, what glass can I put on?
So it's got a micro 4/3 lens mount, which of course is very popular. That's as used on the Panasonic and Olympus cameras and used increasingly across a range of cameras. We use micro 4/3 on a number of the cameras in our range. So that allows you to use low-cost lenses, again from Panasonic and Olympus, and there's a whole host of new lens manufacturers for micro 4/3. The benefit of it being a micro 4/3 mount is that it's also very easy to adapt other glass, so maybe EF mount or F mount or those kind of lenses from Canon and Nikon and other people. You can simply get an adapter which will mount then to the micro 4/3. So it's very versatile in terms of the different lenses that you could use on the camera.
Well, that's awesome. All right, so where do we find more information about the cameras and other products on you?
You'll find full information on our website about both the Micro Studio camera and the Micro Cinema camera, and that's at blackmagicdesign.com.
All right, well, I appreciate your time with that. Thank you very much. This thing is so small, I can almost put it in my pocket. So no one's looking? I think I'll run.
TechBizGeeks. You can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/TechBizGeeks. You can watch and subscribe at youtube.com/TechBizGeeks. You can like us at Facebook at facebook.com/TechBizGeeks. You can follow us on Instagram at instagram.com/TechBizGeeks. And you can subscribe to our RSS feed at techbizgeeks.com. Thank you for watching.